welcome to another episode of the Living in Truth podcast, where I talk about certain topics and how it relates to my college experience. Be sure to like, comment, subscribe if this is your first time joining my channel, because you're gonna love it over here. So again, like, comment, subscribe, and stay tuned always for more podcasts, because we're just gonna keep going back to back with these podcast episodes. So this podcast episode is going to be episode 4, and this episode is all about homesickness. Homesickness. Now, girl, or guy, whoever's watching this podcast, I just want to say that when I think of homesickness, I immediately think of family, friends, just your loved ones, right? You are missing them deeply. Gotta go back home. You gotta see them, gotta be around them, you gotta spend time with them. You gotta have so much quality time, and you can't be away from home. You don't care what it is. Once you get done doing what you gotta do during the day, you gotta run back home. That's what I think of homesickness. And also I just think of homesickness as a time where you just are very sad because you're away from home, right? You probably fall into a depression. I don't know. Perhaps. Let's just say your emotions are so high and you are just super sad because you're not home and you miss your loved ones, you miss your family, you miss your spouses, you miss your boyfriend, girlfriend, whoever, right? But I'm here to tell you how homesickness plays into my college experience. Again, homesickness to me is something that I don't fall into that category. I didn't fall into a sadness of wanting to be home. I, in fact, was the opposite. I was excited to be away from home. I was. My freshman year, when I started off in my dorm, of course it was weird because it was a new environment. I didn't really know the people around me, I wasn't used to that. I wasn't used to being away from home for a long period of time, but I feel like it did not take me long to get adjusted to it. I've already always been the type that kind of just like to stay to myself. I am an introvert, and I feel like I really discovered that more and more about myself when I was in high school, because I was the type of girl that, go home, say hi to my family, and quickly go back upstairs to my room and just spend a lot of time myself. I really enjoyed that. Here and there, I would go out the room, to go speak to my family, but for the most part, I really just enjoyed having that alone time to myself. My room was my safe space. So yeah, homesickness, I don't fall in that category at all. I was not homesick. I was enjoying being away from home. I like the fact that I was away from home because now I'm I don't have to, be in someone else's house. I'm by myself. I can do what I want, when I want, you know what I'm saying? If I want to go here, I go there, come back home. If I want to go there, I could go there, come back home. So I really enjoyed that, just being away from home. So pretty much, I visit, no, I really didn't visit my family so much my freshman year either, to be honest. I really didn't. not a whole lot. We saw each other from time to time. And of course, when we saw each other, it was like as if I never left, you know? Like, we just have that connection, right? Because that's my family. So it's like, they know me, I know them, like, as if I never left, right? So we always had that strong bond, right? Of course they missed me, you know, when we would spend time together, and then it's time to drop me back off to my dorm. Yeah, you know, my mom would miss me. She always tell me, call me if you need anything, you know, let me know, I'll come see you, you know. So it was a good vibe, you know, like knowing that I still had my family to count on when I really needed, you know. It was always good about vibes, and yeah, like I knew I could just count on them. I hope that makes sense, right? So sophomore year, I feel like it was the same thing. Like, I did not experience homesickness. If anything, I feel like I was experiencing a long time even more, because that's when I had officially moved into this apartment. Yeah, so I experienced it even more, like just learning to be alone. That's when it really hit me the most, when I had to like just learn how to be alone. I didn't have as many friends my sophomore year. I had associates, of course, and you know, we spent time together here and there from time to time, but it wasn't like a whole lot. So like, if anything, it was just me, myself, and I in this apartment, just spending a lot of quality time, a long time, just getting to know myself, of course, finding new hobbies to do, new interests here and there. And I feel like as time went by, I started to love that more and more, the fact that I was spending lots of alone time. Of course, I had my moments where I'm like, okay, I'm fed up. Like, I need to go have something to do. I need to get out this house. Like, I need to be able to get some fresh air whenever I want to. I need to be able to go out to eat, to restaurants, try different foods. Like, I want to be able to spend time with friends and do this, that, and the third. Like, but it really didn't go that way for me, you know. Like, I feel like if anything, I was living that fantasy in my head, but in reality, like, that wasn't what was actually happening. I was still facing the alone time 24/7, you know. And of course, I saw my family from time to time, but for the most part, it was just always me. So junior year, it was pretty much the same thing. I met a few more people in college, I want to say. They were still my associates. And, you know, we would probably hang out from time to time, whether it's around campus. But again, like, I still felt alone. Like, y'all, I've been alone this whole time. That's what I would say, because that's how long it's been. Well, not the whole time, because of course my freshman year, I feel like that's when I wasn't as alone. I really wasn't alone, right? I was around people like all the time, but sophomore year, junior year, senior year, for the most part, I've been spending a lot of quality time, like a lot of quality time by myself. And you know, they say it's good to be alone because You know how to not always just depend on others. You learn yourself more, and you learn how to like just get through everything, you know? Like you learn how to be independent when you're alone. Also, I feel like, yeah, I've been learning more how to be independent. I've been learning my way around as far as transportation, learning which buses to catch to go to the mall, which buses to catch to go to other places. So like I've learned how to like just get around while I'm on this side of town. And I feel like it's been a good experience, you know. I've been going to the mall, practicing self-care. And at the same time though, like I really don't like riding the bus, to be honest. But I had to just grow out of that and just be daring and ride the bus. I've had to ride the bus to travel for work. So again, like it wasn't about what I wanted to do. You know, it was more so about how is this going to benefit me? How am I going to be able to help myself when it comes to my needs? And like just, you know, needing to be able to, hold on y'all, we got to stretch the hair out just a little bit because, okay. So I just, you know, I had to learn how to, like I said, get around. I rode in lifts. Well, not lifts, Uber here and there as well. And I feel like I prefer riding an Uber more than riding a bus when I have rode an Uber before. Because it still gives you that, you know, that feeling of like kind of just being closed in and alone. Of course you're not alone because you have a driver, but like at the same time you're not around so many people at once, so many random people that you don't know. So like I feel like, yeah, I prefer that. And it reminds me of like just riding with my family in the car, you know, because I'm in this closed in space, even though no, it's not my family, so it's not exactly the same, you know what I'm saying? Because I'm riding around with a stranger in a car. But yeah, anyway, I just feel like I've been alone, like seriously. And I'm sorry y'all that I just keep repeating that over and over and over again, but like it's the honest truth. Like, and like as I sit back and I just think, I'm like, wow, I really have. Like, of course, from time to time, I've done things. For example, my birthday was like almost pretty much a month ago. I went out to celebrate that Saturday night. I went out with friends, right? And my sister, and we had a good time, you know? So I wasn't alone then. So, you know, and from time to time, like I've gone to like places here and there or like events during the year here and there, and like wasn't necessarily alone. But it's like you still feel alone even when you are surrounded by so many people at once, when you know that you are alone. Because it's like once you leave that place, once you get out that environment with all these other people, you're gonna be back alone. You know what I'm saying? By yourself, having to deal with life. So it's like, you know, you just enjoy the moment while the moment is happening, because soon you're gonna have to go back to reality, right? But let's just say I'm really not alone, because the Lord's been with me every step of the way, right? So I'm really not alone because God is with me. He's been with me this entire year, you know. He's been with me all throughout my college years. So I'm really not alone. Technically, I'm really not alone. But I'm just saying alone because, like, I'm not around a group of people all the time. So I say this to say that don't fear being alone. Like, just don't fear spending time with yourself, because it's actually a good thing in a way, because, you know, you're getting to learn yourself, and you're not going to be as depending, like, not depend, but you're not going to be depending so much on other people, you know what I'm saying? Like, you kind of learn how to be more independent, and, like, you know, you're just able to constantly plan your next move step by step and all of that. So, like, you're really, you know, just learning how to survive in this world. And it's a good thing, yeah. But I say don't isolate yourself completely either. Don't, because as people, we are social, you know. That's just natural. That's a part of us. We have to be social. We have to socially interact with others. So don't close yourself off completely, because, you know, you still need to socialize. But at the same time, don't feel like you have to have people around you all the time just to have fun. Like, you can do things you want to do by yourself too, you know what I'm saying? Like, don't just feel like you always have to do everything with your friends, because you don't have to. Now, is it good to have friends? Of course, because who wants to always do everything alone? You know, it's not the same when you're by yourself versus when you're around other people, and, like, you get to, like, be around other personalities and stuff, and then it just makes it 10 times more fun, you know what I'm saying? But at the same time, it's okay to, like, just love yourself, you know, and, like, just have that alone time. I'm such an introvert to the point where it's like, okay, I know how to socialize. And even when I find myself socializing, it gets to a point where I'm ready to stop. I'm like, wait, this is too much. Like, let me take a step back. I need to go back into my cave and just spend my time alone. No, seriously, y'all, like, it gets to a point where it's like, okay, I can be this social butterfly, but after a few hours, I'm ready to go back home. I'm ready to be back alone, like. And I don't know, y'all, like, it's just be like that, you know? And there's no shade to other people. It's just, I don't know, like, I just have to get back alone after a certain point. So, I feel like team introverts, because if you're an introvert like me, I feel like you will understand where I'm coming from, because that's just in our nature, you know. We can't help it. That's just a part of who we are at heart. That's who we are as people. And I feel like we're pretty cool people, because we are very observant of our surroundings, you know. We are very observant, and we are just going to pay attention to people around us, you know. And we don't follow crowds. We don't follow what everybody else is doing. We like to be our own person. We like to be our own bosses, you know, and we have a mind of our own. So shout out to us introverts, okay? Because we doing the thing. We doing it, okay? And it's no shade to you extroverts, right? Those of you who just love the crowds, you love being in front of everybody's faces 24/7. It's no shade to you, because I actually think it's pretty cool. Like, sometimes I be admiring it. I be wishing like I could do that, but like it just doesn't flow for me. Like I can't, like I can't just see myself ready to make conversation, even when people I don't know, like just automatically just talk to people I don't know. Like, if anything, I don't speak unless I'm spoken to. So yeah, but I feel like that's good, because you guys know how to like be, you know, I don't even know. But you know what I'm saying? Like you guys know how to have fun, you know, in your own special way, you know. But yeah, I can't even really like explain it, because it's not me. So like I really don't know what it is you guys be doing, you know, because I'm more of an introvert. So yeah, but kudos to y'all. Thumbs up. Keep doing what y'all doing, and us introverts gonna keep doing what we doing. So I hope you guys enjoyed this podcast episode of Homesickness, and yeah, I hope you enjoyed it. Because honestly, I don't know, y'all, I feel like I've just been repeating myself over and over again as far as just talking about being alone. But it's just, for the most part, like I've been like just really just handling business, going to school, going to work, and just spending a lot of like quality time at home alone. So yeah, be sure to like, comment, subscribe, and I hope you enjoyed it, and stay tuned for the next episode of the Living in Truth podcast, where me, Jasenia, will give you more and more story times. Yeah, I love you guys. Mwah. And I'll see you in my next podcast. So be sure to have that bell on, and be sure to like, comment, subscribe if you have not already.